Hey, it's Derek Depker with my special bonus presentation on how I get some of the world's top copywriters to help me when creating my book titles, my book descriptions, and any of my ad copy. So what's the secret here? Well, first of all, before I get into that, you should understand some of the foundational training that I laid out. So if you don't understand what a mechanism is, you'll want to watch the training that goes over that, because I'm going to be referring to a mechanism quite often in this. But assuming you have the foundations down, we can jump into this. And if you can't tell already, it's by going to magazines, very popular magazines, and it actually doesn't have to be in my niche. So right now you see that it's on shape.com, Shape magazine. So obviously this is health and fitness stuff, but I'm going to show you how you can take these same concepts and apply it to anything. So since you're authors, what I'm going to do is I'm going to translate some of these headlines into headlines that I might create, or bullet points, or book titles, or chapter titles. It doesn't really matter, that I would create when speaking to authors. So I'm going to start out here on shape.com. There's going to be another website I go to in a moment, but let's analyze some of this stuff and see how you can apply it to have these incredible copywriters actually help you with your books and creating irresistible books. So right now I'm in weight loss strategies. Okay, so there's a lot of different areas that I could explore on this website, but we're in the strategy section. So we have the chemical that can help you lose those last few pounds. Now what this is a classic mechanism followed by benefit. How do you know if it's a mechanism? First of all, you should watch the other training, but to reiterate, it's if you have a noun that delivers a result, a thing that gives you the benefit. It's the means to the end. So the chemical is what helps you lose those last few pounds. Now, why does this work? Why is this more intriguing than something else that could work? Would be lose those last few pounds with this chemical. You start with the benefit and then go into the chemical. That can work too, but in competitive markets, people are so used to hearing about losing weight. First of all, that's what makes lose those last few pounds intriguing. Okay, it's not the chemical that can help you lose weight. It's lose those last few pounds because, first of all, that's a specific concern. Someone that's already lost weight, but they feel like they have that last little bit that's stuck on them, in this niche that's relevant. So lose those last few pounds is a different phrasing that we haven't habituated to as much. So if you don't know what habituation is, it's like when you see or hear the same thing over and over again and your brain tunes it out. So I used to have flip charts up on my wall from a seminar that I went to. And after I put them up on my wall for the first few days after the seminar, I'd see it, I'd be reminded of the lessons, it would make me think about some of the things I learned at the seminar. But after about a week or so, my brain tuned it out. I didn't even notice they were there anymore. So it stopped having an impact on me. So things like, the thing that helps you lose weight, we've just heard it so much before that you have to come up with different phrases. So losing those last few pounds, that's a phrase I can use in my fitness writing to just give me something different to use than lose weight. So we have the mechanism followed by the benefit. So now it's going to be a little quicker going through these other things. 5 ways to avoid bulking up from bulk buys. So 5 ways is a mechanism. 9 weight loss tricks. Weight loss tricks is a mechanism you're already doing. Now that's an interesting thing. It's something that you're already doing. That's a unique spin on something. So 10 things you're already doing and how to do them even better, or something like that. Could be some variation of that. The buzz behind intermittent fasting. So right now I'm actually just showing you how much of this stuff is mechanism based. The buzz behind intermittent fasting. The best workout to avoid gaining weight. So now we have something that's avoiding something that you don't want. So it's not the best workout to lose weight, it's the best workout to avoid gaining weight. Notice how they're just flipping it around. They're going to the negative instead of the positive, just to give your brain something different where it goes, oh, I haven't thought of it like that before. So it catches your attention. Your 5-day look good naked plan. Okay, a 5-day look good naked plan. Notice how that's a thing, that's a noun. Okay, 6 reasons you're still gaining weight this winter. So that's the mistakes approach. The mistakes formula of here's the reasons why something bad is happening. So 6 reasons your book still isn't selling. 6 reasons your book sales plummet after you run a promotion, right? You see how I can just take the same template and rephrase it in a completely different marketplace. In this case, I'm taking something that's talking about health and fitness and talking about authorship. And I can apply this to any niche that I'm in. 9 surefire ways to wake up slimmer. Wake up slimmer. Okay? It's not 9 surefire ways to lose weight. It's 9 surefire ways to wake up slimmer. You get some alliteration. You have a different way, endless ways of saying lose weight. Okay? Now, I don't have to come up with endless ways to talk about selling books because it's not as competitive of a niche. But if you're talking about getting motivated, being productive, losing weight, having better relationships, you'll want to study the magazines that talk about these things because you'll see all the different little phrases that they use to grab a reader's attention. How this new mom lost her baby weight. So there's not a mechanism in the actual headline, but we have a success story. That's the mechanism. The reason you want to read this is it's a success story. It's a real life case study. And this is also an empathetic approach because you're relating to the person, you know, if you're the target reader. Now, obviously, I don't really care because I'm not a new mom that has baby weight to lose. But if I were in that target demographic, I would care about this. Okay, so it's connecting with another individual and relating to that. And then 50 food swaps, that slash. So once again, another mechanism, a numbered list. You'll notice how many numbered lists there are. 9 surefire ways, 6 reasons, 5 day, 9 weight loss, right? And you study this stuff and you'll see how many of these patterns play out because they work. Another weight loss success story. So you get the idea behind this. Does gaining the weight back scare you? Question mark. That's interesting. Now see how easily I could use this as a headline for one of my books? Okay. Or it could be anything. Does publishing a book only to have it get lost in the competition scare you? Question mark. I could use that as a headline for authors. See? So does blank thing scare you becomes a template. Does XYZ thing scare you? And that's a great headline because it grabs attention and makes people want to keep reading. And then it goes into real women who have successfully shed a combined 802 pounds answer this complex question. So now it's going into, you know, this thing might scare you, but especially with women's magazines, you notice how much it takes the empathetic approach, how much it takes the, you know, a real life person sharing what they went through and sharing that experience. So that's a little bit more in depth than what I wanted to get into in here. But the point is, once you've studied this stuff, you'll see how it works and you can apply it. Now I'm going to hop over to Success Magazine at success.com. And now we're just in a different magazine. We're still going to have world-class copywriters coming up with these headlines. You know, otherwise they wouldn't publish these headlines if they didn't work. That's the big take-home point. 15 traits of a terrible leader. So that's the mistakes approach. You don't want to make these 15 mistakes. So, and it's also a numbered list, and it's also a mechanism because it's 15 traits. A good life contains these 6 essentials. So 6 essentials is the mechanism for a good life. The order is reversed. So it could say 6 essentials of a good life would be another way of phrasing that. And that also means you can take these ideas and you can switch the order around to come up with your own things. So a best-selling book contains these 6 essentials. That could be a headline, or it could be something I used in my marketing. The 7 arenas of success. We have mechanism. Here's a good one I saw. So why you need lazy employees. So that's an example of a contrarian headline. Because think about it. Who thinks that they need lazy employees? It's counterintuitive. It's counter popular opinion. But this is saying why you need lazy employees. Well, check this out. Let me translate it into something that you might find interesting. What if I said why you need bad reviews? Why authors need bad reviews? And that would be a little bit intriguing because it's like, well, I don't want bad reviews. The whole point is to avoid bad reviews. But you actually do. Or 3 reasons why you need bad reviews. That could be a bullet point. And it's not something, and that's actually true. So I'll share with you a quick lesson. If you have a book, if you saw a book that had 100 5-star reviews and that's it, there's no bad reviews, there's no 1 to 3-star reviews, what that does is it actually triggers skepticism in the mind of a prospective reader. So you actually want an occasional bad or not great review mixed in with your good reviews to actually increase the believability. At some point, it will actually help with book sales to have the occasional bad review. Okay, so now I just taught you the lesson, right? But I could have had a bullet point and a thing that says why you need bad reviews, and then I teach that lesson inside the book or the training or whatever it is. And I didn't even think of using a phrase like that, or at least not phrased in the why you need it sort of way. I just saw this headline right here, and that's what made me think why you need something that you wouldn't normally think you need. That's the template. So you get the idea. You can take this. I can get on Success Magazine and I can take the headlines and the different things and use it for ideas in weight loss. I could use it for a book on, obviously, motivation and productivity is fairly directly related, but this is relevant for a dog training book. It doesn't matter what it is once you get the principle or the gist behind this stuff. How Jamie Foxx became unstoppable. So that's actually basically like the secrets of an authority type of thing. Okay, so it would be like secrets of Jamie Foxx for becoming unstoppable. That would be another way of phrasing that. Okay, in this case, it's a little less maybe hypey or hyped up. It's just how Jamie Foxx became unstoppable. Now, if a person's a fan of Jamie Foxx, they would find this article interesting. You can see how it's following one of the formulas. And then here's one more. Want to work at a startup? Read this first. So that's actually just a powerful command. Want blank? Read this first. I could steal that. I might end up stealing that. You might see me use want to become a best-selling author? Read this first. There's some essential things that you need to know, right? So I just look at the headline, I get the idea behind it, and I know, hey, if it worked for Success Magazine, there's a good chance, it's never a guarantee because each demographic is different, and we do need to rephrase this stuff. We're not trying to copy it, we're modeling it, but that's how people become successful. I learned music by modeling what other musicians did. Okay, world-class writers, whether they're copywriters or story writers or book writers, a great technique that they use is they take something else that's worked and they copy by hand. They literally write down the same, let's say, ad copy that they learned. So you might find some of your favorite headlines and you write down by hand these same headlines, and you're training your brain to speak in this special language that is used, right? And so I'm pointing out the special language. I'm giving you some technical terms, mechanism for benefit, okay, which at first your brain's like, I don't really know what that means. But as you see enough examples, it's like, oh, I get it. It's the thing that gets you the result. Okay, the 7 arenas, the thing that gets you the result of success. The thing, personality traits that gets you the result of being a great leader. The thing, 6 essentials that gets you the result, a good life. The thing, 15 traits that gets you the result of being a terrible leader. In this case, it's I want to learn that stuff so I don't do it. Okay, which is now the reverse, what mistakes to avoid. So that is how you get help from some of the world's greatest copywriters to create your own irresistible books.